Hello guys, this is the Creators Lodge and you are welcome to my YouTube channel. It's so good to have you back again. If this is your first time coming across my channel, please do well to like this video, do well to subscribe, and also turn on the notification button so you don't miss out on amazing videos that I'll be uploading. Alright guys, in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you guys something very important, something very amazing that all graphic designer needs to be aware of. Alright, as a graphic designer you need to know this, you need to understand this. Alright, I've seen designs of some designers out there and there is something that is just missing. There is something that we are not getting straight, we're not getting it right. All right, so the essence of this tutorial is to show you guys how to create this church flyer design and also to let you guys know some principles that you need to pay attention to. So please, I will encourage you, watch this video till the end. Do not skip any part because you will miss vital information if you do. All right, let's get into the tutorial. Alright guys, I'm doing a 20% discount this season for my photo editing course. Alright, everything you need to know about my photo editing applications that I use for my smartphone, how I edit my images, how I edit my flyers, how I make them look popping. Amazing guys, I'm running the 20% discount and it's going to be valid for a short period of time. Please do well to take advantage of this opportunity. The link to purchase this course is in this video description. Check the video description below this video. You're going to see a link to get the course. And also guys, I'm running a 20% discount for my smartphone mentorship class. I already have the videos pre-recorded, everything is easy to understand, and you can always reach out to me if you have any issue while watching the video. You'll get access to the mentorship group, you get to join the mentorship group, and you get to have access to ask me questions when you have one. So guys, what are you waiting for? Do well to access the link, get your copy, and build on your creativity. So guys, the theme of this design is the believer's authority. All right, the believer's authority. I'm going to be explaining this design before we start designing this flyer. Now you see, most graphic designer, or some graphic designer, if you permit me to say, some graphic designer don't pay attention to basic design principles. All they are interested in doing is to just design, but you are not interested in understanding why the designer did this like this. Why did the designer decided to use this particular method to do this design? Why is he using this background? Why is it, stuffs like that. Some designers are not curious about why this design is like this. All they are interested in is to just start designing, which is very wrong. As a graphic designer, it's a very wrong mindset that you need to change. It's a very wrong habit you need to change. All right, you need to work on that. All right, as a graphic designer, when looking at a design, you need to engage your mind. You need to do what we call critical thinking. Engage your mind, think about it. Why is this designer using this background? Why is the text like this? Why is the arrangement like this? When you do critical thinking on these things, you will be able to understand why the designer engaged the principles used in the design, and you can be able to create something like that in your own design. Now guys, look at this design. The design says that the believer's authority. Okay, now for those that are Christians, all right, when you say that the believer's authority, and then when you look at the bottom, you are going to see here it is written seated far above. All right, so if you study the Bible, you're going to see where the Bible says that the believer is seated far above principalities and powers. Now look at the background used. You are going to see that this background has something like sky. It has the sky on it, and then it has like stairs going up. Can you see that the stairs is going up? So you are walking up, you can see that is speaking above, is speaking of going high. you can see that the background is communicating the message. Now there is something else you can decide to use. Maybe you don't want to use this kind of background for the believer's authority seated far above. You can decide to use the sky, and then you have image of like someone sitting on the throne. You should have that kind of mindset of, okay, someone sitting on the throne, maybe there's light, bright lights and stuff like that. But any background you want to use for your design must communicate the message of the design. So when you look at this design and it's saying the believer's authority, and then it's saying that a believer is seated far above, and then you are looking at this design, you are looking at the bright light shining. You might want to say that this light is symbolizing God, and then you are looking at a hallway, you're looking at a stairs going up. You might want to say that, okay, this means that when you follow this step, you will, come to that level of God. You come to that place where you sit with God. So everything on this background is passing the message. Now, I see some designers, you want to do a design, a church flyer design, and then you have a theme like this, and then you are using images of white men that are laughing, or using, playful images. How does that image communicate the message? The image is not communicating the message of the design. At any point in time that you want to do a design, as a graphic designer, your image, your background must always communicate the message of the design. If it does not communicate the message of the design, your design will not be successful. So guys, it's not all about adding elements, adding backgrounds, adding fonts. You should be more careful. Understand, is this thing adding value to this design? Is it communicating the message of this design? If it's not communicating the message, no matter how beautiful that background is, no matter how tempted you might want to be to use that background, please do not use it. Okay, do not use it. Now, after having this background, you can see that there was no need for me to put any other thing on this background again. After having this background that has communicated this message well for me, the believer's authority, there is no need for me to add any other thing. So sometimes you see some designers, after writing this, after having this background, then they are going to put green leaf. And I'm asking question, what is leaf finding on your design? What has the leaf got to do with your design? Guys, it's all about thinking about the theme of the design. The leaf should not be on this your design. Love icon should not be on this your design. Laughing emoji shouldn't be on your design. My God, you are not doing a comedian flyer. You are doing a flyer of a church, and the theme is the believer's authority. So why are you using laughing emoji? Why are you using a leaf? Why are you using the love icon? All those things are not communicating the message. So guys, whenever you want to do your design, whatever you are using, ensure that it communicates the message. Now, when you look closer at the background of this design, I'm explaining everything now because when we go into the tutorial, when we start designing, I just want us to go straight to the design. I don't want to explain any other thing again. Now, when you look at this background, you are going to see that there's like this fire, there's this fire stuff on the background. You can see all these fire, particles on the background. It's still giving more life and more vibe to the design, guys. It's giving the design more vibe and more life. All these fire particles on the design is still emphasizing the message of the believer's authority seated far above. All right, so guys, let's start the design. All right, guys, so the first thing we're going to be doing for this design is that we're going to be creating a layout, and as usual, 3000 by 3500. All right, now I'm just going to, I've colored my background. I made use of a gradient color. So this is the color. For this first color, the color code is AB684E. All right, and then for the second color, the color code is 33170C. All right, so I just want a gradient background. All right, I want a gradient background. Now, having done this, the next thing we are going to do is to create the background, to add the images, the everything of the background, all right, in the PicsArt application. Okay, all right, guys, we are in the PicsArt application, and what I'm going to be doing here, we want to create our background. All right, now I would have done that in Pixellab, but Pixellab would not give me a perfect style, and I want to change our light effect to screen. Pixellab cannot help us do that, so that's the reason why I'm doing the background in PicsArt application. So after getting your gradient background in Pixellab, you save and then you import into the PicsArt application. So let's pick the first image. So you click on add photo. Yeah guys, so these are the 4 images we'll be using for this design. Can you see the constituents, the components of this design? Now I'm going to be working with this first. So what I would do, I'll just reduce the sizes of these and just place them here. All right, we are coming back to this, so I'll just place them here. Let's work with the first image. Now this is the first thing we want to use. Now I'll just increase this size this way, and what I will just do is to erase softly. Okay, I want to erase softly the bottom of this background. So I'll click on my eraser tool, reduce my hardness, increase my size, and just brush through. Okay, just brush through softly. Okay, softly. Yeah, okay, yeah. So I will reduce the brightness again. Yeah, I have something like this. Now I'm just going to mark this. I'm going to increase this size this way. All right, we want it to just cover the screen a little bit. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, so we have something like this. Can you see, guys? So we have something like this. Now the next thing I'm going to do, let me just move this here like this. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click on the second not this. Now I'm going to click on this. Yeah, so I'm going to click on this. I'm going to bring it here. Let's bring up the other one. Let's see. Yeah, so let's bring up this first. All right, let's work with this first. So yeah, I'm going to increase this size of this. This is just like the ray of light. All right, but you can see it has black backgrounds. So I'll click on blend and click on screen so that I can have this. But then you can see that it has sharp edge at the bottom. So I will click on my eraser tool and then just brush softly so that we can erase the sharp edge ending. Yeah, so we have something like this. I will increase this way, bring it here like this, so you can see the ray of light, right guys? But then you can see that the ray is looking white. So let's see if I can work on that. So what I just did now, I changed the ray of light to overlay. Can you see, guys? Now let's go back to screen. You can see the screen is not looking really real. The white is still, there's so much white on the ray of light. Can you see that? So that is I'm changing to overlay. So you can see overlay blend well with the background, and this is cool. All right, so let's leave it this way. Now I'm still seeing sharp edges here, so I think I need to work on that. The light, yeah, our ray of light is still having sharp edge, so I'll need to erase this. Let's see, guys, when doing your design, you need to be intentional with whatever you are doing. All right, I see some designs of some designers, and I see the rush you use in doing the design. All right, I just see they are not intentional in doing something great. If you want to do something great in graphic design, you need to be intentional with whatever you are doing. Now let's click on the third image, just bring it here. No, not this, the light effect. Now let's look for the light effect. That's what I want now. Let's move this down so that we can pick up. Yeah, so this is the light effect. Now I'll just click on blend and click on screen. So the essence of me using this light effect, I want to add more intensity. Can you see that? More light. Can you see that? More intensity. That's the reason why I'm adding the light effect. So you can see that it's looking realistic now. You can see, guys, it's looking realistic now. All right, that's the idea. Now having done this, the next thing is we are going to just blend this. Let's click on blend and let's click on screen. Let's see. So we're going to blend this. Can you see, guys? Just click on blend, click on screen. You have this, but then this also have sharp edges. All right, so I'm going to reduce this way, and I'm just going to erase softly. Okay, I'm just going to erase softly like this. Yeah, so I'll click on the mark icon, increase this, guys, increase this way. All right, increase this way, so you have something like this. So you can see the fire effect, the stuff like that. But this is looking quite bright on my design, so I will just click on opacity and reduce the opacity this way. It's looking quite bright on my design, so that's why I'm reducing the opacity. All right, now let's check out the original design. Okay, let's check our original design, and let's see. So you can see that we're making progress. All right, now the last thing we want to add is this. There's something here. All right, I'm going to just bring in that from my gallery right now. Okay, so we have our fire effect, we have everything on the design. Let's bring in the last background for this design. All right guys, so this is the last thing I used for this design. You can see now graphic designers, I want to speak to you guys. As long as you have creative ideas, you can manipulate anything in graphic design. Now when a beginner designer sees this, he will be like, no, this can't go well on this design. But guys, when you have creative mindsets, anything can go well with your design. You can manipulate anything to work for your favor on your design, on your whatever you are designing. Guys, you just need to be creative in your thinking. Now I'm going to do something with this. I'll just change the blend mode to screen. Let's have screen. Now you can see that after changing to screen, we have something like this, but then you can see that it's not really, there's blue on it, so I want it to blend with this background. So we'll just go to our adjust, click on adjust, click on hue. So work on our hue first. We want something similar to what we have on our background. So you can see we have 164 as our hue. Let's see, yeah, let's go back to 164. Yeah, 165. So you can see we have something like this. Now click on saturation. We reduce the saturation to about 29. All right, click on clarity. No, we don't use clarity here. Let's go to contrast. Let's see. Yeah, so you click on contrast and you click your contrast to be about 100%. All right, 100%. So guys, can you see what we've done? 100%. Then you mark this. So now let's bring this here this way. Let's place this here this way so that we can have something like this, guys. Let's just move this here this way so you can have something like this. Let's see. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, so can you see, guys? And then you can decide to reduce the opacity if it's too bright. You can decide to reduce the opacity. Now let's check out the original. All right, let's check out the original. So can you see the original? All right, let's check out what we've just done. So we go back. So you just place it here and you have something like this. Now the last thing you want to do, the reason why I want to do this last thing here is because when I zoom in, you are going to see that it has cracking pixels. It's not really sharp. So remember guys, whenever you want to use a background and the background doesn't really look sharp, sometimes it has a way of disfiguring your design. So at best, what I advise designers to do is that just blur that whatever you want to use that is looking that's not looking sharp, just blur it from the PicsArt application. So I will click on FX, all right, and then I'll click on blur, and then I'll click on blur. I just want this particular blur, all right. So I want this particular blur. I'm just going to turn on my data. It's not working because my data is off, so I'm going to turn on my data right now. Okay, let's check the lens blur. All right, let's mark this and see. Yeah, okay, yeah, so let's use lens blur. So you can see you just use your lens blur and then you are good to go, and then you have something like this, guys. Now after doing this, you're going to just mark this and then you download. Now you are going to import this into the Pixellab application and then you start designing. So let's download this and then let's go to Pixellab application. All right, so now we are in the Pixellab application. I'm just going to click from gallery. All right, so I just want the background to be automatically our landscape now. So I'll click from gallery and now choose the background. This is the background, and then I just click mark and then we have something like this. So having something like this, all you need to do is to start inputting your text and start designing. Now the first text I'm going to write is the believers. All right, the believers, authority, yeah, authority. Yeah, so we have something like this. Okay, and then all capital letter, click OK, and I'm just going to bring in the original, okay, so that we can work with it. All right guys, so this is the original. So we're just going to centralize this, the believers authority, make it center alignment. All right, I'll mark this and then I'll click on fonts. Now the font I used, some of you might know the font, but yeah, so it's called let's see the font I used. Okay, let's go back. Let me change this to not all caps now. Let's see. Yeah, let's have this. So let me check the font again. Old. I'm trying to get the exact font I used. All right, old Olondona. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, okay, let's check out the original to see if it's the exact font. Yeah, okay, so that's the exact font I used for this design, which is this. All right, this is the exact font I used for this design. So I have something like this, the Believer's Authority. So let's check out the original. Yeah, so I have something like this. Now I'll just move it upwards here like this, just so that you can have something like this, and I'll just place it here, centralize this. Now, all right guys, so this is the font I used, the Believer's Authority. So I'm going to make the font available. Everything I use for this design, I'll make it available. So the next thing we want to do is to choose color. Now I don't want to use this white because this white is not sitting well on this design like this. All right, and I want something unique, so I'll pick this color here. This is the color I'm going to pick. I'm just going to show you guys the color code. You can see F2 CF B9. All right, now the reason I'm picking this color is because I want everything to blend well with the background. Now there's something I want to show you guys. Now I'm going to cut this authority. I just want only the believers. All right, I'm going to cut this authority and have just the believers. So I have something like this, and then I'm going to add shadow. Click on shadow, enable your shadow, drop down your offset Y. Drop down your offset Y to like 13 and move your offset X to like about 9. So let's reduce this offset, yeah, to maybe 11. Yeah, so you have something like this. And then the opacity, reduce the opacity to something like this. Click OK. Let's see. Now copy this text again, insert the authority that we cut out, have something like this. All right, let's have something like this. Let's just increase the believers and see. Let's increase the believers and see. Have the authority, place the authority beneath the believer so that we can have something like this. Let's see. So what I'm trying to achieve is the effect. All right, I'm just trying to achieve. Now you can see that the believers is small and then the authority is large, but then when you look at this place, you are going to see that the shadow is on top of the authority. The shadow is overlay on the authority. Guys, can you see that? So that's what we're trying to do, the drop shadow. So let's do that. Let's perfect that. So I will reduce these believers, bring it somewhere here like this. Reduce the believers, not too much. Bring it somewhere here, centralize it, increase our authority. All right, increase our authority. Now there's also a reason why I increased the authority and have the believers to be small in size. What I'm just trying to do is to place emphasis on authority, that the believer has authority. So I'm placing emphasis on authority. That is the reason why you are seeing that the authority is quite big. And I'm also trying to balance the design. All right, it's all about trying to balance the design. So let's reduce the opacity of the shadow again. The shadow is too bright. Let's reduce the opacity and drop the offset to, let's see, 20. Yeah, good. So I think this is okay. Let's do the same thing for the authority. Let's change the shadow. Let's pick the same shadow for authority. Yeah, so I think this is okay. So I'm going to show you guys. So you can see the shadow, opacity 74, blur 10, offset X 9, offset Y 20, and then I reduced the opacity to about this. Okay, so we have something like this, guys. So can you see this, the believer's authority? So we've been able to achieve this. Now the next thing we'll just achieve, let's move this up a little. Yeah, let's see, let's move this up a little. Yeah, so that we can have space to work on other things. Now the next thing we'll just achieve is, let's increase this a little again. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to copy this text. I'm going to disable the shadow and I'm going to just change the text font. I think the text font I used here, Montserrat here. So I'm going to change the text font to Montserrat. Okay, let's see. So I'll change this to Montserrat. Montserrat medium. Okay, Montserrat medium. Yeah, and also I want to say, guys, thank you very much. Thank you so much for the last tutorial I did on, you know, the one I did for the Ghana Apostolic Invasion. If you have not watched the tutorial, guys, please do well to watch the tutorial. I did a tutorial on Ghana Apostolic Invasion, and the tutorial I did also on, the Mabel birthday design. A lot of you reached out to me and you were like, okay, so when next day your design scatter, this is what you need to do. So thank you, guys. Thank you so much for helping. I do not take it for granted. I appreciate, what you guys did. So you can see what I'm just doing. I'm trying to bolden the I'm just trying to make bold just the 10 to 12, and you can decide to make the 10 to 12 Montserrat bold, or you can decide to use this bold stuff here, so you can just achieve by that. So I'm trying to align everything, so you can see 10th of October. Yeah, so that's what the next thing we just do. 10th of October, and then we just change it to white color. Okay, so we just have white color here. Now we click on shape, have this shape this way. All right, have this shape this way. Now guys, there are my last tutorial I said there are 1001 ways to do a design, and even more than 1001 ways. But all you need to know is that you need to be creative in doing your design. You just need to be creative. It's not compulsory you follow the techniques of a particular designer. For instance, this design, I just opened my Pixellab and I just got inspiration and I started doing the design until I arrived here. All right, so you need to be unique as a designer. All right, it's not really every time you follow the concept someone used. You can decide to try out multiple concepts. That's how you open up your creativity, have creative thinking and stuff like that. Okay, so what I'm just trying to do is I'm just trying to create the shape so that our design can flow. Okay, our design can flow. Yeah, so I'm just trying to create that shape so that we can have, yeah. So let's see. Now notice, guys, my 10th to 12th of October is aligning with the letter A of my authority. Ensure that, guys. And also at this end, this has to align too. So I'll just click on this and then just draw this like this to ensure that it aligns. Alignment is very important, guys. It's very important. It will give your design beauty and yeah. So having done this, what I'm just going to do, I'm going to copy this and then I'm going to just write seated far above. Seated far above. All right, and then we just write the 3 dots. So seated far above, and I'm going to change the bold. I'm going to remove. Remember, I bolding just a particular part of this text. So I'm going to cancel the bolding, and I'm just going to do something like this. Place it somewhere here this way. Let it be in between the letter H and the letter Y. So we have something like this. Seated. Yeah, let's lock this layer so that it doesn't move. Yeah, so we have something like this, seated far above, but it has to be aligned. All right, let it be between the letter H and the letter Y. Let it be aligned. So we have something like this. All right, now having done this, the next thing we'll just do is to write the whatever has to be in this shape. All right, so let's check out our original design. Let's check out. So we have Thursday 7 a.m, Friday, Saturday. You can see that. So let's do that. We'll just use the same text. So let's just write Thursday, but then we'll pick a color. The color we used for this is, yeah, exact color. So guys, we will copy the text and we'll just change this to the days. Yeah, so let's change this to the days. Yeah, so let's check out the original and see. So we have Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So we'll just make this all capital letter. All right, and then we'll make this Montserrat. Just make it Montserrat. Let's see. Montserrat bold. Let's see. Montserrat bold. Yeah, so we have Montserrat bold, and then we copy the Thursday, and then we just write Friday. Okay, so we just write Friday there, and then we have it here, and then we copy Friday capital letter, and then we copy again, and then we just write Saturday. Yeah, so capital letter, and then we place it here. So let's move this way like this. Let's place this somewhere here. Guys, they have to be aligned, so you need to use your meter rule. If you know that you will not be able to align it, just looking at it, you need to use your meter rule. But by all means, ensure that it is aligned, guys. Ensure that the space is equal and everything looks aligned. Okay, ensure it's aligned. So let's check out the next thing. So the next thing, we have 7 a.m. to 10 a.m, but let's bring down this a little bit like this. Yeah, let's bring this down again. Let's bring this down too. So yeah, so if there's any adjustment, we'll still work on that. So I'll copy this, I'll change the font, change it, the font, I'll change it back to Montserrat medium. All right, click OK, and then we just write the time. All right, the time, which is 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. That's for the first time now. Yeah, so let's see. Let's check out the original. Okay, so we have 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Yeah, so let's do that. So we copy this again and we just place it here. So 4 to 7, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. make this capital letter, and then we just place it here, and then we just duplicate again. All right, we just copy and then we place the last one somewhere here. Now it has to be aligned, guys. It has to be aligned. Please ensure that. Don't just write the date and let it be, you know, anyhow you want it to. It has to be aligned. You need to take time to let it be aligned. You can see that this 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. beneath this Saturday is not aligned, so I need to make it be at the center. All right, so at the center, something like this, and then I'm cool with that. But then I just have to move this down again like this. Let's see. So I can, you know, align this just looking at it. That's the reason I'm not using the, you know, the meter rule. But please, if you know you can't, please make use of it. All right, guys, make use of it if you know you can't. So we have something like this. Now I'll just bring this down a little bit again, so you can see that even this date here is aligning with everything here. You can see that, right? Now the next thing we'll just do, is to write the venue. All right, we'll write the venue, and yeah, so I'll just copy this. I didn't copy the venue, so I'll just have to let me just get the venue. Yeah, let's check this out. So number 2, Next King Event Center. Number 2, Next King Event Center, Alexis Ward, comma, yeah, of Bit Lane Shopping Mall, comma, yeah, okay. So this is the text. All right, this is the venue, and then you change. You can see now you can't leave this color like this, and you can't pick any other color that will not look well except from white. So you can see now that this is the reason why we're using white for this color. So you place it somewhere here. Now let's check out the original. Yeah, you can see that. So you place it somewhere here like this, centralize this way. All right, now the last thing you want to do is to copy this same shape here. You copy this shape, but now you reduce it this way. You increase this like this, reduce it this way, because we want to write just our call to action. All right, so when I call to action, CTA means call to action. What do you want them to, the next step to take? Your venue is also a part of your CTA. All right, so for more inquiries, all right, contacts, all right, contacts or chat, and then you have your number. All right, so so this is a fictional number, so yeah, and it's a fictional design also. So you have your capital, your F should start with a capital letter, and then you just click OK. Remember, guys, I've explained everything that I need to explain already before we start this tutorial, so that's why I'm going straight to the design. So you have something like this, guys, and then when you have something like this, you are just good to go. Now, for instance, if you have other maybe social media platforms, you want them to maybe stream or join or something, then what you need to do is to just adjust this here, just move it up a little bit, reduce the size a little bit. So when you do that, you are going to have enough space here where you can write your contacts, and then you can write maybe stream vice, something like that. All right, so there is always space on your design. You as the designer, you are the one to create space for your design. There will be always space for your design. So you can see we have this, and then we are done. Now the last thing is to just bring up the logo. I'll just bring that from my gallery. All right, guys, so this is the logo. All right, this is the logo. So I'm not going to be sharing this actually, so I'll just reduce this size, change the color. Let's see, no, let's leave the let's see, yeah, black color. black color will work well, because when you look at the background, yeah, you're going to see, so you have black color like this. So you just centralize the logo, reduce the size. Guys, you guys want to do a church flyer, and I'm seeing some designs, I'm seeing big logos on the design, stuff like this. Guys, no, just reduce the logo. All right, if it's not if it's an a church that is not really popular like that, when I mean popular now, you know what I mean. So you just leave it cool and calm. All right, just leave it cool and calm like this, and then you have something like this. Now you can see that I'm not writing anything here. I didn't put anything here, I didn't put anything around this place. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to communicate the message also with our background. That is why you see that there's nothing here. If I should move all this text here, if I should move them to this place like this, I'm going to prevent the viewers from getting the full message of my design. So that is why you see that I created an allowance here. I'm leaving this space here empty, not used, because I want it to drive the message into the hearts of my viewers. All right, I want it to drive the message to the heart of my viewers. All right, so when you do this, you are done with the design. So let's just check the original. So this is the original design. So you can see we are done with everything. So when you are done, you click on save, you save as image, you save to your gallery. Now the last thing we want to do here is to take this to Adobe Lightroom, and I'm just going to add, light effect. All right guys, so this is Lightroom. I'm just going to pick my presets. All right guys, so if you want to get the principles how to use Lightroom, do well to get my course. I'm running a slash price. All right guys, so I'm just going to click on preset, and I'm going to click on my preset. Just choose one of my precepts. All right, so I love this precept, it works well for my design. I'm just going to mark this. Now you can see it brought out the beauty of the design. So this is the before of the design, and this is the after, the beauty of the design, guys. So you can see everything looks sweet, everything look nice and amazing, and this is how you achieve this flyer design in the Pixellab application. Whatever you can do with Photoshop, if you are very good, you can do to a certain extent in the Pixellab application, but you need to just be good, be creative, and have knowledge on how to go about it. And once you have that, you are good to go. You are all good. All right guys, thank you so much for watching my tutorial, for staying to the end. Do not forget, I'm running a discount price on my courses. You can check in this video description to get your copy now. Please guys, stay tuned to this channel, because I'm going to upload another church flyer design. I want us to understand how to design church flyers design. All right, so I'm going to be uploading another church flyer design. Do well to watch this tutorial when it's out. See you guys in my next tutorial.